You can't take CSAT as your GS paper. Qualify CSAT, you only need 33% of the marks. Out of 200, you need 66. To qualify this exam, you have to have basic understanding of mathematics and then you have to be good at the other three sections. You can't take this paper lightly ke theek hai, I'll do it later. I'll start preparing for CSAT 2 months before the exam. You will have to start now. Practice is very important. Most of the students keep on revising the formulas. Formulas don't work. Solving questions is important. Hello everyone, welcome to PW Only S. I hope all of you are doing great and your preparation is going in the right direction. Today, I am here to answer one very important question for the students who always fear mathematics, and one question they keep on repeating: can we clear CSAT if we are not from maths background, right? And the simple answer is yes, right? And the answer lies in the paper itself. If you understand CSAT, you will know that even if you are not very good in maths, still you can clear CSAT with ease. But the understanding and a proper strategy is what you need, right? So let's first talk about the paper and then we'll see what are the mistakes you should avoid and what are the things you should do for preparing CSAT effectively this year, right? First, you can't take CSAT as your GS paper because GS decides your merit list, right? You need to score as much as possible in GS, but in CSAT there is a limit, right? You just have to cross that barrier. Now, understanding of that barrier will help you navigate your fear of mathematics in this paper. Now, to qualify CSAT, you only need 33% of the marks. Out of 200, you need 66, right? If you see in terms of questions, out of 80 questions, you need effectively 27 questions correct if your accuracy is 100%. Now this is important. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to cover the entire syllabus. You have to be good in some sections and still you can get 27 correct questions if your 100% accuracy is there. If your accuracy is dropping, then you have to attempt more questions, but still 40 to 45 questions out of 80 and you still can qualify CSAT, right? There are multiple sections. Most of the students associate fear with only one subject, and that is mathematics, right? From school days onwards, they fear this subject, and that's why they left it in school and they took something else, right? Now, to qualify this exam, you have to have basic understanding of mathematics and then you have to be good at the other three sections. If you see this year's paper, right? If you see 2026 paper, there were questions from maths, right? Around 35. It was moderate to hard, right? Then RC, almost 23 questions. This was also moderate. Reasoning, 17 to 80 questions, right? This was easy. And this year, UPSC told you they can ask you questions from other topics also. They gave you questions on communication. They gave you question on interpersonal skills, right? There were 5 to 6 questions from here. Now, if you see this as a positive sign, now you have more questions to attempt if you fear mathematics, right? But that doesn't mean you can leave this section completely. Out of these, you at least have to then do 10 questions, and from the remaining you can extract 20 to 30 questions and you can still easily qualify CSAT. But for that, if you see the trend from 2023 to 2026, overall the paper's difficulty level is increasing, right? It is increasing slowly and slowly. They are not giving you easy questions. Now you have to prepare well. It is not like 2017 2013 okay, you can directly go to the exam and there you can start solving the questions and you will qualify. You will have to have a good strategy. You will have to know how to navigate the paper. If the paper is difficult, which question to attempt, which question to leave. If the paper is easy, how to get through the paper without getting too many negative questions, right? So we will talk about the common mistakes you will commonly do, right? And what are the solutions from which you can properly prepare for this exam this year, right? Before that, because each one of you is in different phase of their preparation, some students are there who are preparing for 27, some students are preparing for 28, some students are preparing for 29. So there are enough options for you to opt where you can get proper guidance, right? Proper classes, proper notes, proper test series and mentorship, right? So if you are preparing for 27, you have Prahar, English, Hindi and Titan batch in English. If you are preparing for 28, you will have Sankalp in Hindi and English and Pinnacle in English. And for 3 years, you have Praram, online and offline, both in English, Hindi and English. So whichever suits you, you can opt for. Now let's talk about some common mistakes which many students do. First, CSAT is just qualifying. People think this, they don't prepare and then they struggle. If you see the paper from 2023 to 2026, now you can't take this paper lightly. Okay? Understood? You can't take this paper lightly. Ke, theek hai, I'll do it later. I'll start preparing for CSAT 2 months before the exam. You will have to start now. Even if you don't start the preparation full-fledged, right, you can start doing calculation part, easy calculation part. I have seen students doing silly mistakes in addition, subtraction, multiplication. They knew the concept how to solve the question, and still because of those silly mistakes they left out the 2.5 marks positive marks and still got negative, right? तो बहुत effect करता है. Your preparation is and your preparation and how you prepare is very important. When you are preparing for CSAT, you just can't read. You have to solve questions. You need to be in practice. People don't give mocks. People don't do test series. They don't practice basically. Now, directly in the exam, you won't be able to identify easy and difficult questions. These things will help you in identification of easy versus difficult question, right? This is one mistake. Third, they don't cover syllabus properly. Now, what do I mean by this? They will do reasoning, they will do reading comprehension, and they will leave mathematics and they will think, I will do the paper from these two sections. If there are 80 questions and if there are 40 easy questions combined from all the different sections, it is better to attempt those 40 questions and leave the questions which are difficult from reasoning and RC, right? What people do is they depend mostly on reasoning and RC, and if that section comes difficult in 2026, reading comprehension was on difficult side. There were 17 questions which were easy, but there were 5-6 questions which were difficult. So if you attempt those, there are chances you will get negative marks. I know many students this year who scored 64, 65, right? They were on the border, they lost their attempt to give mains by 1 mark, 2 mark, right? So I hope you understand this, you practice well, and you don't commit these mistakes in the next attempt. Now, what to do, right? I have just talked about 3 mistakes, right? What to do? There are different sections: RC, maths, reasoning. This year UPSC told you there is communication and interpersonal skills. There is also one major section, analytical reasoning. They have not given you many questions from this. There will be a paper where you will find analytical reasoning mein se they will give you 10-12 questions from analytical reasoning, where the questions are like assumptions, okay? Their questions, assertion, reason, truth, lie questions, right? All those types of questions come under analytical reasoning, right? So you have to prepare well. First task is to cover everything properly with questions, new questions, plus your PYQs. Then you can strategize. If they are focusing on this section for 35 questions, this for almost 25, right? And rest of these 20 questions, how to navigate, right? If your strong area is RC, you can try to attempt 20, right? If your weak area is analytical reasoning communication, but your reasoning is strong, you can try to attempt 15 from here, right? 5 to 10 questions you have to extract easy questions from quant. You will have to do this, right? Going ahead, first thing is to cover everything. You have enough time. Many students struggle with this paper because they start their preparation too late, right? Every day, at least give 30 minutes to this. I'm not asking 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour. 30 minutes at least, solve 5 questions. I'm not telling you to read something. I'm telling you to solve questions. Just get a concept one day, next day go and solve 5 questions. Even if you are not able to solve any of the 5 questions, then also it is not a point to ponder on or worry on, right? You have enough time to go from 0, 1, 2. You have to get to 50% almost. 2 to 3 questions out of 5. And when you are in a condition, when you are solving 5 questions daily and you are solving 2 or 3 questions properly with good accuracy, then you are on the right track, because we only have to get 66 out of 100. Practice is very important. Most of the students keep on revising the formulas. Formulas don't work. Solving questions is important. Even if I give you 100 formulas of percentage and you memorize every formula, then also you won't be able to solve questions, because most of the students struggle to understand the question, right? Understanding of the question start developing only when you start solving, right? This is not a GS paper. If you want to navigate CSAT, you will have to practice, you will have to solve questions going ahead. And that's why one important thing is test series. Get a good test series, right? Whenever you have completed some section, give sectional test. Whenever you have completed, suppose one section pura reasoning, give reasoning test. Whenever you are ready, most important thing, full length tests are very important at the end. Okay, students who are from non-maths background, you don't have to go very deep in mathematics, but you have to get to a level where you can solve easy quant questions along with good questions from reasoning and reading comprehension, and then you can easily get to 66, right? Daily start giving some time to CSAT and don't leave it for the very end. Okay, I hope you have understood the paper, you have understood the requirement of the paper, and you will work on it throughout the year, and you will all qualify CSAT easily this year. Okay, still, if there are some doubts, if there are some questions you want answer from me, you can connect with me here on the Telegram channel, and I hope you to see regularly on this channel. We'll try to bring in CSAT related content for you regularly here on this channel. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye bye.